President of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio, reaffirms commitment to local government autonomy in Nigeria. Rivers State Governor Sir Siminalayi Fubara charges newly sworn-in local government chairmen to prioritize community welfare and campaign promises. Federal government launches sale of crude oil and refined products in Naira to alleviate pressure on Nigeria's foreign reserves. On the foreign scene, United Kingdom's Labour government commits to tackling people smuggling amid surge in Channel crossing. In sports, CAF appoints Malawi's Godfrey Nkangana as referee for Nigeria versus Libya match. Good evening, I am Beto O'Brien. Now the details. President of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio, has reiterated the commitment of the legislative arm of government to amending the Constitution aimed at facilitating smooth implementation of local government autonomy in Nigeria. Senator Akpabio gave the assurance after casting his vote in his hometown, Esienudum local government area, during the local government elections on Saturday. Adbn correspondent Rebecca Edits completes the report.
The Senate President, Senator Godswill Akpabio, and his wife, Her Excellency Mrs. Ekaite Unama Akpabio, joined all the Akwabomites to exercise their franchise at the Saturday's local government elections in the state. According to the Senate President, the local government autonomy would fast-track the pace of development at the grassroots level. The Senate President further identified democracy as a key to fostering grassroots development in ensuring that governance reaches the common man.
I believe strongly in the autonomy of local governments, and the Supreme Court had recently given a verdict that there is need for funds of local governments to go directly to local governments. But it will still need a bit of parliamentary tinkering for that to become a reality as a result of various provisions in the Constitution and in the various acts, like the Joint Local Government Accounts Committee, and of course the provision of what we call SIEG, which in Akwa Ibom is called Aki-SIEG.
Senator Akpabio, who was accompanied by his wife, stressed the importance of his presence at the polls, not only to exercise his right to vote, but to encourage others to participate in the democratic process. While acknowledging the challenges facing Nigeria's democracy, he reassured the public of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's commitment to addressing these challenges.
The need for us to deepen democracy by allowing democracy to work. If democracy does not work at the grassroots level, which is the local government, then it means that development will never trickle down to the common man, because this is the closest administration to the common people in the society. So if we are able to make the local governments to work, automatically it means that more dividends of democracy will get to the people at the grassroots level. So that is the reason why, in spite of other engagements, I said I must come here, since Akwa Ibom is said to be doing local government elections today, that I must be here to exercise my franchise, to take part, and from there look at my people.
Reflecting on his tenure while serving as governor of Akwa Ibom State, Senator Akpabio remarked that his leadership was driven by the will of the people. He further reiterated that his current relationship with the state government is rooted in a shared commitment to the interests of Akwa Ibom citizens.
My message to them is that do your voting. Whether you win or you don't win, the joy is in being able to exercise your freedom and having the right to vote. The rest of getting it right will need parliamentary input. We need executive push. Already the judiciary is pushing. But because we are a fledgling democracy, where Nigeria is just struggling to get it right, I believe that with the three arms of government working together, then indeed we shall get it right, and we shall actually ensure that local government is autonomous, both in terms of voting, in terms of election, as well as in terms of finances. I recall one day when I landed at the airport, and they told me, Your Excellency, in two of our local governments, we lost. We were the ruling party then. And I said, why did we lose? They said, the people voted against us. I said, that means the then Akwa Ibom Independent Electoral Commission did a good job. So the then Akisek chairman, Mr. Supong, told me that the stakeholders of my party were asking for cancellation or possible annulment and repeat of this. I said, no, go and announce the winners. That was how ANPP, under my tenure, won in the local government area, under the chairman then, Boniface, and I think one or two others, and many council seats who also went to the opposition. So my presence here is not really to come and win election, it's to participate and observe, and from there find out whether there are things I and my colleagues need to do at the national level to better the lot of elections at the local government levels in Nigeria. You must know that my relationship with the state government is based on the interests of Akwa Ibom people. So I made up my mind when I took the oath of office as Senate President that I will not fight any states. Rather, I will collaborate with all the states of the South, including Akwa Ibom State, to make sure that the people are better for it.
Meanwhile, the ward chairman of Okano West 2 in Esienodem local government area, Mr. Meyene Afagide, who expressed concern about the conduct of the election, however, prayed for a favorable outcome.
The Akise brought incomplete material. We argued for a while because we knew very well that that process will, one, slow the exercise, then two, we did not trust them. Because we know after dropping in some units, the materials may not get to all the units as at the time for the election. But what they gave us today was 702 voters. And that shortage disenfranchised a lot of voters.
Rebecca Edits, Adbn News.
Recall that Akwa Ibom State conducted its local government elections yesterday, with some areas experiencing a significant turnout of voters while others saw low voter participation. Our correspondent who monitored the exercise at polling centers in Uyo, Etinan, and Surubiom, Ibesikpo and Uruan local government areas now reports.
The much anticipated local government elections have finally taken place. Despite the anticipation, many polling centers experienced low turnout between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. However, in Uyo urban wards 1, 2, 7, and 13, voting began around 9:30 a.m. with an appreciable number of voters.
The voters have come out in very large numbers, and you've seen them very orderly. The Akisek officials arrived quite on time. They have set up the place, and voting is going on. I think it's a reflection of the confidence that the people have in the electoral system.
We are doing voting now, right now. We are doing voting. We finished accreditation, then we started voting. We started accreditation by 8 o'clock. So now we are doing voting right now.
In Nsadibom local government area, some polling units such as Anwang wards 2, 5, and 6 saw low voter turnout, while others drew large crowds.
I've just finished casting my vote. The election is very, very peaceful and successful. You can see the environment. We are very, very okay, matured and coordinated, and vote the president that we want to lead us.
Here in Assam Ward 5, Unit 4, we have a very smooth election and peaceful election. The atmosphere is very peaceful.
A Tinan local government area, in contrast, reported a strong voter turnout at various centers, with voters expressing their satisfaction with the smooth electoral process.
Fortunately, in this ward, Southern Ward 4, that's Akisiek Ward, and INEC Ward South 3, is always very, very peaceful. Seamless voting. I mean, if you see how quiet everywhere is.
We have 2 units, the town hall and then the village hall. Of course, we have come to see so many people here. A lot of people have voted, a lot of people have gone home. It's been a very peaceful exercise.
You see why this election is like this, peaceful. I give it to the governor because he has been preaching peace, and and it has come to play that from each and every word, there's no complaint.
In Ibesukwa, Sultan, and Uyo local government areas, collation of election results was done between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. after voting ended in the various wards.
Anthony Bassington of the APC scored a total of 783 votes. And then Dr. Wendy Modo scored a total of 92,002 votes.
Election observers, including Action Aid Nigeria, a human rights organization, praised the State Electoral Commission, Akisiek, for upholding credible elections despite facing some challenges in certain local government areas.
Generally, there was late arrival of officials and material in 71% of the LGAs observed across the state. I believe Akisiek will continue to learn from the gaps, especially from the reports that will be presented by the accredited observers across the state.
The local government elections, as a constitutional duty, provide voters the opportunity to choose their grassroots leaders for effective representation. David Isong, Adbn News.
Meanwhile, Akwa Ibom State Independent Electoral Commission, Akisiek, has so far received and declared results from 10 local government areas in the just concluded local government elections. According to a statement by the state electoral body, results received shows that the People's Democratic Party (PDP) won in Uyo, Oron, Okanafon, Oroganam, Ikorekpene, Urofong, Oruko, Okobo, Nsirubiom, and Eket local government areas, while the All Progressive Congress APC won in Esienudum local government area. The statement also emphasized that Akisiek will continue to release additional results as they are received and urged the public to disregard any results that have not been verified by the Commission. Still on more updates from the just concluded local government elections in Akwa Ibom, the State Independent Electoral Commission has presented certificates of return to 31 elected local government chairmen and vice chairmen today. The swearing-in ceremony took place at the State Independent Electoral Commission headquarters, Udodoma Avenue in Uyo, the Akwa Ibom state capital. The ceremony had in attendance political leaders and supporters from various local government areas. Some local government chairmen-elect who spoke with our correspondent David Isong appreciated the state electoral umpire for their credible conduct, as well as the state governor, Pastor Umoeno, for delivering on his mandates.
For all the stress and everything, to the glory of God, as the one that God found worthy to fly the flag of chairmanship in Ibesukwa. After all said and done, by the grace of God today, I have been given the certificate of return as executive chairman of Ibesukwa alongside with other of my colleagues.
I'm so excited. The victory belongs to God. We started and God made it possible for us to win. To Him be the glory, and through the support of His Excellency, give God the glory for everything.
Let's look forward to wonderful projects in Bahrain, maintaining old infrastructures and providing new ones.
nurturing growth agriculturally and in growth in the rural area and growth in the area of agriculture. Operation Light Up in Pareni.
In the meantime, Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Omoeno has disclosed that the chairpersons and vice chairpersons of the 31 local government areas elected in the recent local government elections will be sworn into office on Monday. Governor Eno made this announcement during his address at the All Nations Christian Ministry in Eket. Adbn correspondent Mary Onyemechi completes the report.
Pastor Omoeno, while addressing the congregation at the All Nations Christian Ministry, emphasized the importance of promptly inaugurating the newly elected leadership to ensure their legitimacy in receiving all allocations beginning at the end of October. This follows the Supreme Court ruling on financial autonomy for local governments. Pastor Eno emphasized the appointment of his eldest daughter, Mrs. Helen Obareki, to coordinate the affairs of the office of the late First Lady, Pastor Mrs. Patience Eno. He described this appointment as a natural progression and urged the community to provide her with the necessary support to carry out her duties effectively.
Not political. This is natural. So please, all I pray for is support, is to be able to, and for wisdom, so that she can, that none of those programs will die, that she will bring more insight into it.
The governor expressed his gratitude to the First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, and the entourage of some of Nigeria's most esteemed women for their timely visits. He also thanked her for recognizing the appointment of Mrs. Helen Obareki to oversee the late First Lady's office.
This week, when the First Lady of the Federation came, and I must thank her for coming with the whole of the entourage. All of the entourage. I didn't know that my wife had so much followership, people that loved her until she died.
The guest minister, Reverend Simeon Afolabi, delivered a sermon called from 2 Samuel 12 verses 15 to 23 and Job 35 verses 10, titled, "Will You Sing or Sink?" He encouraged the congregation and the people of the state to always appreciate God even in times of adversities.
Of course, I wanted to know that all things work together for good to them that love the Lord and them who are the called according to his purpose.
He is my life, my strength, my song.
Mary Onyemechi, Adbn News.
In Rivers State, the Action People's Party won 22 out of the 23 local government areas of the state. Chairman of the State Independent Electoral Commission, retired Justice Adolphus Enebeli, declared the results of the local government elections held yesterday. Justice Enebeli also declared the election as the most transparent and peaceful election in the history of Rivers State.
About 18 out of the registered political parties in the Federation resident in Rivers State partook in it. They had party primaries, candidates were screened and subsequently cleared to contest as chairman, vice chairman, and councillors from the various wards and local government areas of Rivers State. I, Honorable Justice Adolphus Enebeli, retired, in my capacity as the Chairman, Chief Electoral Commissioner of the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, and pursuant to the extant provisions of the Rivers State Independent Electoral Law Number 2 of 2018 and all other laws enabling me in that behalf, do hereby make declaration of results for the chairmanship elections into the 23 local government councils of Rivers State. After painstaking collation of results at the close of poll by our team of officials regarding the local government council elections conducted this day, the 5th of October 2024, the following candidates, having scored majority of lawful or valid votes cast in 2/3 of the respective wards comprising their respective local government areas of Rivers State, are hereby returned as elected chairmen or chairwomen. They are 1. Abua Odua, Ruben Vincent Obu, APP. Agugutoro, Tonya Briggs Oniyide, APP. Andone, Lazarus Gote Integuile, APP. Asaritoro, Engineer Dr. Sule Amakri, APP. Boni Anengi Barasua, Wake-ups, APP. The details of the statistics of the respective scores shall be published in RISEC website and the media, and they will be made available to the public and all contestants. The election results for councillorship election into 319 wards spread across the 23 local government areas of Rivers State shall be declared subsequently and soonest, together with that of HA that has been stood down.
In the meantime, Rivers State Governor Sir Siminalayi Fubara has officially sworn in the newly elected chairman of the 23 local government areas following their victories in Saturday's local government council elections. The swearing-in ceremony took place today at the Executive Council chambers in Government House, Port Harcourt, with 22 chairmen from the Action People's Party and 1 from the Action Alliance being inaugurated. Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission announced the APP's victory in 22 local government areas, while the Action Alliance secured 1 chairmanship position. In his address to the newly sworn-in chairman, Governor Fubara congratulated them on their electoral successes and charged them to focus on fulfilling their campaign promises and enhancing the welfare of the local communities. The event was attended by several dignitaries, including Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed, who is also the chairman of the People's Democratic Party PDP's Governors Forum. Still on local government elections, Chairman of Benue State Independent Electoral Commission, Mr. Telumun Tombua, has announced the candidates from the All Progressive Congress APC won the local government elections held across the state yesterday in all 23 local government areas. Mr. Telumun confirmed that the APC achieved victory in all 276 wards within the state. While declaring the results at the BSEC office in Makurdi, he described the elections as free, fair and credible, highlighting that there were no reports of violence or ballot box snatching. In his remarks, Chairman of the Labour Party in Benue State, Comrade Ibrahim Iduko, commended the BSEC for conducting a transparent election. Comrade Iduko, who also leads the Inter-Party Advisory Committee, IPAC, extended his congratulations to the APC for their success at the polls. Meanwhile, the All Progressive Congress APC has congratulated its candidates who participated in the local government elections conducted by Benue State Independent Electoral Commission, BSEC, on Saturday. Chairman of Benue State chapter of the party, Comrade Austin Agada, lauded the candidates for their impressive victories. Comrade Agada remarked that the election results reflect the APC's strong presence and broad acceptance in Benue State. He emphasized that the victories in the local council election would signal the start of significant developmental activities at the third tier of government in the state. This was made known in a statement released by the party's publicity secretary, Mr. David Ihomum. In a separate development, Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has disclosed completion of continuous voters registration exercise in preparation for the Ondo State gubernatorial election scheduled for 16th November 2024. The Commission reported that over 2 million registered voters will participate in the upcoming election. This was disclosed by the state's resident electoral commissioner, Mrs. Oluwatoyin Babalola, during a briefing at the INEC headquarters in Akure, the state's capital. Mrs. Babalola expressed the electoral body's readiness, noting that a significant portion of sensitive electoral materials for the November poll has been received and distributed across all 18 local government areas. She also highlighted that 16 political parties will be participating in the election and confirmed that the bimodal voter accreditation system, BVAS, would be in place at the polling centers statewide, allowing for direct transmission of polling unit results to the INEC Results Viewing Portal, IREV. She urged security agencies to collaborate with the Commission to ensure a safe environment for all election stakeholders and appeal to the public to remain law-abiding throughout the election process. And now to other stories. The federal government has disclosed that Nigeria has officially begun selling crude oil and refined petroleum products in Naira. Finance Minister and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Mr. Wale Edun, who disclosed this, stated that in accordance with the Federal Executive Council directive, this new pricing strategy took effect on the 1st of October. This disclosure was made known in a statement by Director of Information and Public Relations at the Ministry of Finance, Mr. Mohammed Manga. Mr. Manga noted that the strategic initiative by President Bola Tinubu's administration is expected to positively impact Nigeria's economy, fostering growth, stability, and self-sufficiency. He emphasized that as Nigeria navigates the complexities of global markets, the move positions the country for future success. By facilitating transactions in Naira instead of dollars, the pressure on foreign exchange reserves is expected to ease, contributing to the stabilization of the dollar-Naira exchange rate and helping to control inflation. Additionally, this approach is anticipated to enhance local refining capacity, reduce dependence on imported fuel, and allowing for reinvestment of billions of dollars into other sectors of the economy. The government's initiative is also set to boost local refining capabilities, thereby strengthening Nigeria's energy security and ensuring a more reliable and self-sufficient fuel supply. You're watching ADBN News at 7. Remember to watch us on DSTV channel 258, on StarTimes channel 140, Avo TV app, Limex World TV app, and Niger TV app. For more stories, visit our website on www.adbntv.com. Stay with us for more news reports after the break.
Welcome to the world where innovation meets opportunity, where ideas become empires. This is Market TV.
I am Idorian Flannan, and every week I'll be taking you inside the dynamic world of marketing and commercial business.
From groundbreaking startups to big businesses, Market TV brings you the best pricing and latest goods on display.
It's all about understanding your audience and staying ahead of the trends.
Witness the creative processes that drive the various brands.
Join us as we dive deep into the strategies that shape the commercial landscape. From streets to traditional advertising and social media, we cover it all.
Whether you're a seasoned professional or an aspiring entrepreneur, Market TV provides the insights you need to thrive.
This show gave us the tool to turn our vision into reality.
So, if you're ready to master the market, tune into Market TV every Saturday at 6 p.m.
Heartfelt congratulations to you, distinguished Senator Godswill Obolakpabio, GCON, President of the 10th Senate, on your well-deserved conferment as the Grand Commander of the Niger, GCON. Your dedication to service has earned you this prestigious honor. Advocate Broadcasting Network celebrates you.
In a world of overwhelming voices where everyone has different opinion on different issues, it is important that we bring the core issue to the fore. Join me, Nancy Banigo, on Softline as we lend our voices to inform and influence your thoughts and actions. This is not just mere talk, it is an invocative program that touches the core of our existence.
No matter wetin I see, enough fit make mouth heavy to talk am. That's now why people dey talk.
You know wetin dey worry you, but you no go fit take help yourself.
In this kind of situation now, what if they really no talk to una? Wetin be the way forward?
They go bury our chairman on Thursday. We go remain here.
Make we talk good where we dey see good, and where we know say we no dey see good, make we also dey talk am.
No woman, no mother deserve to know the grave of his child.
The bank manager, the bank executive, they are the one the government should first face.
People They Talk, the show on Monday to Friday by 5 p.m. on top Adbn TV.
Welcome back to ADBN News at 7. And now to more news on our bulletin this evening. Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke has pledged the state government's commitment to localizing modern livestock innovations for the enhancement of dairy and livestock sectors in the state. Governor Adeleke stated this following his visit to a large dairy farm in the northern France and his participation in the world's largest livestock summit in Clermont-Ferrand, as he described the investments in France's livestock sector as impressive, particularly noting the use of high technology and artificial intelligence in farm processes. According to a statement from his spokesperson, Mr. Olawale Rashid, Governor Adeleke, accompanied by the Commissioner for Agriculture, Tola Fashiru, emphasized that his attendance at the Livestock Summit reflects a strong dedication to advancing agricultural development in Osun State. He assured that the state would leverage the federal government's new livestock agenda in its efforts to adopt innovative practices at the state level. Moving on, Ekiti State Governor Mr. Biodun Oyebanji has cautioned developers against constructing on waterways, stating that the practice has been a major obstacle to the government's efforts to manage flooding. The governor issued this warning in Ado-Ekiti while inspecting areas of the capital city and its suburbs that were severely impacted by floods. During his visit, Governor Oyebanji toured the Oshekite area near Ekiti State University, where several hostels were inundated with water, and provided food assistance to students who suffered losses due to the flooding. Addressing the affected residents, Governor Oyebanji urged the communities to avoid actions that could undermine the state government's flood control initiatives. He expressed sympathy for the predominantly student victims and reminded residents that blocking drainage systems and building on waterways hinders the government's flood prevention efforts. To assist the affected areas, Governor Oyebanji disclosed that officials from the National Emergency Management Agency and the Ekiti State Emergency Management Agency will conduct assessments to properly document the damages and inform the government's response efforts. Away from that, federal government has confirmed that no Nigerian life has been lost in Lebanon amid the ongoing conflict between Israel and Hezbollah. In a statement by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs spokesperson, Ambassador Eche Abuobe, the government assured that Nigerian embassy in Lebanon is actively working to ensure the safety of Nigerians. The statement highlighted the government's commitment to protecting its nationals during this crisis and noted that the Nigerian embassy had previously advised citizens in Lebanon to consider voluntary evacuation with commercial flights still available. Those in southern Lebanon, where fighting has been mostly intense, have been relocated to safer areas such as Beirut with assistance from the community leaders. The government reassured Nigerians that it is in contact with relevant stakeholders and is dedicated to ensuring the safe return of all its citizens. This announcement comes as the conflict between Israel and Hezbollah escalates, with Israeli airstrikes targeting Hezbollah strongholds across Lebanon and ground troops conducting operations near the border. The violence, which has persisted for nearly a year, has now escalated into full-scale warfare. In the meantime, the Nigerian government is preparing to evacuate its citizens from the conflict zone as Israel intensifies its airstrikes in Lebanon. And to successes in the law enforcement agency, operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency NDLEA have apprehended a 41-year-old Canadian woman, Andreane Munjo, at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport MMIA in Ikeja, Lagos. She was arrested on Thursday, 3rd October, for importing a large shipment of Canadian Loud, a potent strain of synthetic cannabis. NDLEA spokesperson Mr. Femi Babafemi disclosed the arrest in a statement, explaining that the suspect was detained during the inward clearance of passengers from a KLM airline flight arriving from Canada at Terminal 1 of the Lagos airport. In a separate operation, NDLEA operatives at Port Harcourt Port in Onne, Rivers State, intercepted 13,000 pills of opioids, including tramadol and quick-action tramadol, along with over 300,000 bottles of codeine-based cough syrup. The statement said the opioids were recovered from 3 containers arriving from India, targeted by the NDLEA on a joint examination of cargoes conducted with officials from the Nigerian Custom and other port stakeholders. You're still watching ADBN TV News at 7. Remember to watch us on DSTV channel 258, on StarTimes channel 140, Avo TV app, Limex World TV app, and Niger TV app. For more stories, visit our website on www.adbntv.com. Stay with us for more news reports on the foreign scene after the break.
Welcome to the Niger Delta, a region of incredible beauty and stark contrast. From its breathtaking landscapes to its rich cultural heritage, this is a place where history and modernity collide. But beneath this serene surface lies a story of struggle and resilience. The Niger Delta is the lifeblood of Nigeria's economy, home to vast oil reserves that fuel the nation, yet it is a land where the people fight for their share of the wealth. Join us on the program Niger Delta Today as we explore the heart of the Niger Delta, discover the vibrant cultures, the struggles for environmental justice, and the stories of the people who call this place home. This is the Niger Delta, a land of contrast, a story of resilience, a journey of hope. Don't miss our exclusive series, Niger Delta Today, every day at 12 noon, only on ADBN TV. Witness the untold stories, experience the journey, be part of the change. Heartfelt congratulations to you, Justice Kudirat Kekere Ekun, GCON, Chief Justice of Nigeria, on your well-deserved conferment as the Grand Commander of the Niger. GCON. Your dedication to service has earned you this prestigious honor. Advocate Broadcasting Network celebrates you.
Step into the heartbeat of the world where news meets real talk. From breakthroughs in diplomacy to humanitarian challenges and scientific milestones, Global Digest takes you beyond the headlines and straight to the heart of the matter. I am Amma Marcus. Be a part of the world unfolding stories at 3 p.m. on Adbn, channel 258 on DSTV, and Star Times, channel 140. Global Digest, your window to the world's current affairs, only on Advocate Broadcasting Network.
And now to news on the foreign scene. 4 individuals have tragically lost their lives while attempting to cross the Channel in small boats from France to England with at least 973 migrants on board. UK Home Office figures indicate that this number is the highest for a single day this year, surpassing the previous record of 882 set on June. On the same day, a 2-year-old boy and 3 adults died when the overloaded boats encountered difficulties during the dangerous crossing, which is attempted by several thousand migrants annually. According to the prefect for the Pas-de-Calais region in France, Jacques Blanc, these recent tragedies have brought the total number of migrants who have died attempting crossing the Channel this year to 59. Authorities and prosecutors believe the fatalities on Sunday were likely due to the victims being crushed into overloaded ships. UK Home Secretary Yvette Cooper expressed her displeasure, stating that it is appalling that more lives have been lost in the Channel. In the meantime, Keir Starmer's new Labour government has made it a priority to reduce cross-channel arrivals in small boats, a key issue leading up to this year's July election. The government has consistently vowed to smash the gangs of people smugglers responsible for organizing these perilous journeys. Let's have you know that the Chief of Staff to the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Sue Gray, has resigned. According to a statement, she is set to take on a new position as Prime Minister's envoy for nations and regions. Reports indicate that Gray had been involved in disputes regarding her salary after the BBC's political editor revealed she earned more than Sir Keir Starmer. In the meantime, Labour has announced that Gray would be succeeded by Morgan McSewen, who previously served as chief advisor to the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister expressed gratitude to Gray for her support, both in opposition and government, as well as her efforts in preparing for government and initiating their program of change. He noted that Gray has played a crucial role in strengthening relationships with the regions and nations, as he is pleased that she would continue to contribute to the work. Gray's resignation comes amid speculations regarding her role and reports of a power struggle within Downing Street. And now to more reports from the foreign scene. Hamas-run health ministry in Gaza has reported that 26 individuals were killed in Israeli airstrikes that struck a mosque and a school sheltering displaced Palestinians in Deir al-Balar, located in central Gaza. According to the ministry, today's strike targeted the Adbn Rashid School and the Al-Asmosque Matthias Mosque, resulting in a dozen more injuries. Israeli military confirmed conducting airstrike on these sites, claiming that they were being used as command and control centers by Hamas militants. Meanwhile, in northern Gaza, Israeli forces have surrounded Jabalia area, citing Hamas's attempts to rebuild in the region. Israel also updated evacuation routes in the north and expanded humanitarian zones in El Mawasi. Hamas has accused Israel of targeting civilian areas, asserting that the strikes destroyed homes and caused numerous casualties. In contrast, the Israel Defense Forces, IDF, stated that they aim to minimize civilian casualties through precise weaponry and intelligence gathering. while accusing Hamas of using civilian locations as shields for military operations. These strikes occur nearly a year after October 7th, 2023, when Hamas assaults on southern Israel resulted in approximately 1,200 deaths and 251 hostages taken. Since the conflict began, Gaza's health ministry has reported 41,870 Palestinian deaths and over 97,000 injuries, while the United Nations stated that 187 people were killed in Gaza between 30th September and 4th October. And now to news from the sports desk. Confederation of African Football CAF has appointed Malawi's Godfrey Philip Nankanga as the center referee for the 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifying match between Nigeria's Super Eagles and Libya, scheduled for Friday in Uyo at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium. Refereeing Nkanga's fellow Malawians will serve as assistant referees, while a referee from Botswana will take on the role of fourth official. The match day 3 clash will take place at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium starting at 5 p.m. The Super Eagles will open their training camp on Monday in Uyo in preparation for the upcoming match. In other sports stories, Super Eagles striker Victor Boniface found the net as Bayer Leverkusen played to a 2-2 draw against Holstein Kiel in German Bundesliga on Saturday. Boniface opened the scoring just 4 minutes into the match, marking his 4th league goal of the season for the Bundesliga champions. The 23-year-old forward also scored during his team's UEFA Champions League victory over AC Milan earlier in the week. Meanwhile, his international teammate Nathan Teller was an unused substitute in the game. In the meantime, Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag will be hoping that a hard-fought goalless draw against Aston Villa on Sunday afternoon would alleviate some of the intense scrutiny surrounding his position. The club's co-owner, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, was present to witness Manchester United demonstrate a level of resilience that was notably absent during their recent collapse at home against Tottenham Hotspur and the Europa League match against FC Porto. Ten Hag now must hope that Ratcliffe and the rest of the club's leadership saw enough to maintain their faith in the Dutchman, although this draw leaves the team with 5 games without a victory. In other games, Chelsea and Nottingham Forest played to a tactical and intense 1-1 draw at Stamford Bridge. Chris Wood and Noni Madueke found the back of the net for their respective teams before Nottingham Forest were reduced to 10 men when midfielder James Ward-Prowse was sent off for a second yellow card. And now to more sports reports. The Lobby Stars ended their winless streak in this season's Nigerian Premier League football game with 1-0 victory over Shooting Stars at Lafayette City Stadium on Saturday. Samuel Teaser's goal in the 29th minute proved decisive, allowing Lobby Stars of Makurdi to collect their first win of the season. With this result, Lobby Stars now have 4 points from 5 games in the NPFL. In other games, Bendel Insurance and El Kanemi Warriors fought to a thrilling 1-1 draw at the Samuel Ogbomudia Stadium in Benin City. And that's it on Adbn TV News this evening. Remember to watch us live on DSTV channel 258, on Star Times channel 140, Avo TV app, Limex World TV app, and Niger TV app. For more stories, visit our website on www.adbntv.com. Remember, you can also watch us live from every part of the world by logging on to www.adbntv.com/live. I am Beto O'Brien, thanking you for watching. Good evening.